his findings, his feelings. He wrote about the balance he had maintained, the peace he had fostered. He wrote about the hope he had nurtured, the connection he had built. As he wrote, he realized that his life was a narrative. A story that was being written one day at a time, one adjustment at a time. He was the author of his own experience, the creator of his own destiny. And he was proud of the story he was telling. He closed the journal, the words a testament to his journey. He felt a sense of peace, a quiet joy that filled his heart. He was happy, truly happy. He was living a life of purpose, of meaning, of connection. He looked at the machine, the heart of his home, the center of his world. He knew that it would always be there, a constant reminder of the mission he had undertaken. He was a guardian of the balance, a protector of the harmony, a seeker of the good. And he wouldn't have it any other way. He stood up and walked to the window, looking out at the city. He saw the lights, the movement, the life that was unfolding before him. He saw the world that he was helping to keep safe, the world that was in his hands. And he felt a sense of wonder, a sense of awe. It was a beautiful world, a precious world, a world worth protecting. He was the doctor, the student, the guardian, and he was proud. He was ready for anything, for any challenge, for any adventure. He was ready for the future, for the unknown, for the journey that lay ahead. He was ready. And as he watched the stars blink to life in the vast, infinite sky, he knew that he was right where he belonged, doing exactly what he was meant to do, in the beautiful, mysterious, and wonderful Twilight Zone. He decided that he would take a walk, a simple walk through the neighborhood. He wanted to feel the pulse of the city, to breathe in the air, to connect with the people around him. He stepped out of the building, the cool night air refreshing against his skin. He walked down the street, his eyes scanning the world around him. He saw the people, the cars, the buildings. He saw the life that was happening all around him, the stories that were unfolding in real time. He felt a part of it all, a part of the tapestry of life that was woven together by the threads of connection and meaning. He passed a park, the trees rustling in the breeze. He heard the sound of laughter, of children playing, of life in its most vibrant form. He smiled, a sense of warmth spreading through his chest. This was what he was protecting, this was the life he was safeguarding. He saw an elderly man sitting on a bench, feeding the birds. He reminded him of Edgar. He walked over and sat down next to him, a friendly nod exchanged between them. They sat in comfortable silence. The only sound the rustling of the birds and the distant hum of the city. It was a simple moment, a quiet connection, but it meant the world to the doctor. It was a reminder of the value of human connection, of the importance of being present, of the beauty of the simple things. He was grateful for this moment, for the peace that it brought, for the perspective it provided. He stood up after a while, feeling refreshed. He walked back to his apartment, his steps light, his spirit renewed. He knew that there would be more moments like this, more opportunities to connect, more chances to make a difference. He was ready for them all. He reached his apartment building, the familiar facade a symbol of his home, his refuge, his place of purpose. He entered, the quiet hallway a stark contrast to the bustle of the city outside. He climbed the stairs, the rhythm of his footsteps a steady, comforting sound. He reached his apartment and unlocked the door, the familiar scent of old books and machine oil greeting him. He felt at home, at peace, at ease. He was exactly where he was meant to be, doing exactly what he was meant to do. He walked to the machine, the heart of his home, the center of his life. He touched the metal, feeling the hum of energy, the pulse of the world. He was the guardian, the protector, the seeker. He was the doctor, and he was ready for tomorrow. He sat in the chair, the familiar weight of the world lifted from his shoulders. He felt a sense of calm, a peace that passeth understanding. He closed his eyes, the image of the machine, of the stars, of the city, dancing in his mind. He drifted off to sleep, a smile on his face, the knowledge of a job well done filling his heart. And in the silence of the room, the machine continued to hum, a steady, rhythmic sound that was the heartbeat of the world, a sound of balance, of harmony, of peace. It was a sound that would continue to play, through the night, through the day, through the years, for as long as there were those who were willing to listen, to observe, and to adjust. It was a sound that was, and always would be, the sound of the world being kept in balance. The next morning, the doctor woke with a sense of clarity. He knew today was the day for a bigger adjustment. The voice had been quiet, but he felt a pull, a subtle shift in the air, a whisper from the universe that it was time. He stood before the machine, his hands moving with newfound confidence. He identified the section that needed attention, a series of gears that had become sluggish. He retrieved a small wrench and a container of oil from his workbench. He worked with care, loosening the bolts, applying the lubricant, and aligning the cogs. He heard the friction disappear, replaced by a smooth, fluid motion. He stepped back, observing the way the gears turned now, effortless and light. He could feel the change, a subtle lift in the atmosphere of the room. It was working. The world was being brought into alignment, the balance restored. He felt a sense of pride, a quiet joy. He was doing it. He was fulfilling his purpose, living his truth. He was the doctor, the guardian, the keeper of the balance. He went to the hospital, his mind occupied with the thoughts of the adjustment. He was alert, observant, and ready for any signs of imbalance in his patients. He found a patient whose mood had been erratic, whose health had been failing. He approached them with a fresh perspective, asking questions, listening carefully, and offering support. He found that by addressing the emotional and spiritual components of their health, he was able to make a significant difference. They began to improve, their spirits lifting, their health stabilizing. He felt a sense of accomplishment, a connection to the healing process that went beyond medicine. He realized that his work in the hospital was a mirror of his work in the apartment. Both were about balance, about alignment, about restoring harmony. He was healing the world, one person at a time, one adjustment at a time. He returned to his apartment, the day's work done. He felt a sense of fulfillment, a quiet joy that filled his soul. He was doing the work he was meant to do, and he was doing it well. He sat in the chair, the machine humming softly in the background. He felt a sense of gratitude, a deep appreciation for the journey he had taken, for the challenges he had faced, and for the wisdom he had gained. He was a man of purpose, a man of meaning, a man of peace. He looked at the machine, the heart of his home, the center of his life. He knew that it would always be there, a constant reminder of the mission he had undertaken. He was a guardian of the balance, a protector of the harmony, a seeker of the good. And he wouldn't have it any other way. He stood up and walked to the window, looking out at the city. He saw the lights, the movement, the life that was unfolding before him. He saw the world that he was helping to keep safe, the world that was in his hands. And he felt a sense of wonder, a sense of awe. It was a beautiful world, a precious world, a world worth protecting. He was the doctor, the student, the guardian, and he was proud. He was ready for anything, for any challenge, for any adventure. He was ready for the future, for the unknown, for the journey that lay ahead. He was ready. And as he watched the stars blink to life in the vast, infinite sky, he knew that he was right where he belonged, doing exactly what he was meant to do, in the beautiful, mysterious, and wonderful Twilight Zone. The seasons shifted, and the city changed with them. The cold of winter gave way to the warmth of spring. The heat of summer faded into the cool of autumn. And through it all, the doctor remained, a constant presence, a steady hand. He continued his work, his adjustments, his care for his patients, his pursuit of balance. He became a part of the fabric of the neighborhood, a familiar face, a trusted friend. People would